Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but due to COVID-19 and its circumstances, I had to get a full-time job. So I no longer have the time or the energy to post as much videos as I would like to. But I am going to continue with the channel because sewing is something that I really love to do, and I especially enjoy sharing it with you. Thank you so much for watching, and I especially want to thank all of my subscribers. For today's project, I'm going to be working on a baby blanket. My nephew had a baby, and so I made him a baby blanket. And so unfortunately, I don't have the blanket to show you because I already gifted it to him. But I do have pictures of how it came out. If you continue watching the video for the sewing tutorial. Welcome to the baby blanket sewing tutorial. So the first thing that you will need is 2 yards for the front, 2 yards for the backing, and 2 yards of interfacing. And then for the ribbon around the blanket, I usually use up to 4 yards. And so since I don't have a sewing table, I usually spread out my fabric on my bed to make sure that I have enough room. And so I just lay it out and put the interface on it and the backing, and just make sure that everything measures up. And if it doesn't, I usually cut it. And then I also like to iron it. I iron the interface to the back of it, and then I spread it on the bed again, and I put the backing. So once you have your fabric all spread out and put together, the front, the interfacing, and the backing, I usually like to use safety pins on the ends so that it'd be easier to sew where it doesn't move around. Sometimes when you sew, fabric seems to move. And so once I have the pin on the fabric, I start sewing, and I usually start in the end. My sewing machine has decorative stitches, so I like to use them. And on this blanket, I did use there were circles, so I stitched circles on the top of, it goes through the back also. But I like the little circles that the stitching had, kind of matched the circles on the fabric. And so once I sewed the ends all around, I like to sew like every other, here I was able to use like every other row on the blanket to make it look kind of like a little quilt. Once I finish sewing all my lines on the blanket, then the next thing you do is sew the ribbon all around the blanket. So the first thing I do is I pin it, make sure that it goes all, that I have enough ribbon all around, and also make it a lot easier to sew by pinning it. On the ribbon, I like to sew it all around first with a straight stitch, and then after I sew it all around with a straight stitch, I like to go and zigzag the ends all around. this time I did not use a zigzag. I used like another decorative stitch that I had. It looked like half a circle, and I used that all around. So I think it came out pretty nice. So that's all to it on making the baby blanket. An easy project for a sewing beginner. It gives you practice on sewing, straight stitch, zigzags, and other decorative stitches. And it also makes you feel really good when you're done and you've made yourself a pretty baby blanket. Hope you enjoyed the sewing tutorial. Thank you. I had some fabric left over, and so I made a pillow with a pillowcase to match the baby blanket. Another easy project for a sewing beginner. Let me know in the comments if you're interested, and I will include another sewing tutorial for that. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for watching. I hope the sewing tutorial was easy to follow. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to put them on the comments. And also give it a like and a subscribe to continue watching my videos. I'll see you in the next one, and until then, have fun keeping it crafty.